It is almost noon and I'm at Glecksteinhütte, and that you can see there in the valley is the village of Grindelwald in Switzerland, and Grindelwald is the starting point for a number of trails, most notably to the Triftgletscher and to the Grindelwaldgletscher. And I hiked up here in quite horrible weather. I mean, it wasn't horrible, it's just it was basically all of this valley was filled with clouds, and they condense on your clothes and on your hair and your eyebrows, and even though it's not technically raining, it feels like it is, and you're soaked through, and it's kind of wet, so it kind of sucks the heat out of you. So that's not very pleasant. But and it was fairly steep for a long time. Actually, the majority of the trail is not that steep. It's just it crosses section where it's very exposed. So the trail is about 30 centimeters wide, and then there is a basically vertical drop to the left and a vertical wall to the right, or right or left, depending which way you look at it. But essentially, you go through that canyon over there, which is a glacial valley, and there's a trail. I don't know if you can see it or recognize it. Not the degradé. That's a river. Well, a creek. The trail is see that spur over there? It's that thing. That's the trail, and it goes down that way, and that is the glacier. And you can see it now. Earlier it was all covered in clouds, and if you wait for a long time, then you can hear all sorts of calving sounds. Calving is when chunks of ice break off the glacier and fall into the valley, and it makes like a very distinctive sound. The closest that I can compare it to is if you grew up next to logging places, like timber logging places. It's a sound that's very similar to the sound of logs that roll over into a river, something like that. I'm quite familiar to that sound because I grew up in a heavily forested area in the mountains where logging was an important business. And yeah. So I'm reading a book, and probably as soon as I finish reading the book, I will go down and back in the valley. I ate most of my food. I had tea. I drank like a liter of tea or more. And besides, it's Sunday today, so tomorrow I have to go to work. But I didn't intend for this to be a very long trip. I just wanted it to be like a short day trip, because I was going I came back from Alaska 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and I started getting like the equivalent of cabin fever, except in my apartment. It's like apartment fever, where I felt like, on one hand, I felt like the state of mind that I had been in Alaska was slipping away, and I was starting to get like anxious again and semi-depressed again, and I didn't want that. And on the other hand, I also felt like I needed to be in open spaces again as soon as possible. And yesterday it was raining all over Switzerland, so I didn't want to go anywhere. So today was sunny, and I just jumped on the opportunity basically. And I picked the trail that I knew I could do in a day and go back. Okie dokie. See you later.